Good morning, everyone. So, one question I always get asked is how do you de-stress before work, especially if you have a big case coming or if when you graduate again and you're really scared about your, first few days at work. And to be honest, first let me, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I'm a dentist in Hervey Bay, Queensland, Australia. I've been a dentist for 20 years. I'll be very honest with you. My first 4 or 5 weeks, or when I was working in a private practice, every day in the morning I felt sick. I was walking to work. I didn't have a car then, and I was walking distance. I would be walking to work feeling sick. Again, I was in a foreign country, working on foreign patients that I don't understand their culture yet. I don't understand their accent 100%, and I had a very thick accent as well. I was very sick to my stomach, and my first, for example, big case, my first dental implant, my first wisdom teeth extraction, my first all-on-4, I was very sick, nearly throwing up in the morning of the surgery. So that's normal. You need to understand that's normal. But what are my ways that I did to de-stress? I will share with you now. So in general, before work, if I have a big case coming up, let's say my first all-on-4, I would rehearse everything the night before, in mentally, and I'll also write it down. But let's give an example that's more suitable. Let's say it's your first 6-unit preparation, so you're prepping from canine to canine on the upper arch, and it's your first time, and you're really worried about this case so much. Number one, make sure you have good consent from the patient. The patient understands all the outcomes, how many appointments required, shade, how many appointments for shade, shape, and so on. Because sometimes if the patient has unrealistic expectation and you haven't covered that, it can add to your stress and anxiety. Make sure you cover your bases very well when it comes to communication and consent. But the night before, I would write down on a paper, okay, my steps are as follows. I will take new photo records again. I will confirm shade and shape from the wax up with the patient. I will give local anesthetic. I will take a putty key index with the new wax up, or take a scan. I will put the wax up in the mouth using the temporary crown material. I will start marking where my incisor reduction would be and where my labial reduction would be. I will do all the incisor reduction from canine to canine, start from 1-3 all the way to 2-3. Once I finish with that next point, I will do all the labial. Then once I finish with that, I'll do all the interproximal. Then I will get my large mirror, put it outside the mouth, and do all the palatal. Then that's when I will start checking the margins. I will go through all the margins again. I will check occlusion. Write all the steps, write it down one by one as a checklist, and have it next to you in the appointment so you don't forget any step. Number two, once you write it down, just mentally rehearse it. Just close your eyes and mentally rehearse every step. So your brain can, or your mind can mentally record those steps. And believe me, next day in the morning, you will remember exactly every detail. Once you write it down and you rehearse like that, I believe, that's what happened with me, it will free your mind and you will not be thinking about it that much at night. Look, if you have a bad night's sleep, thinking about a big case is normal. We all went through that. You might sleep really late just thinking about it all the time. You might throw up in the morning and be sick about it. That's normal. Keep going, keep pushing, keep breathing. Another tip that was helpful for me is to probably, for me, before work, I would watch comedy. That's me. So in my car ride, if you're going through a train or using a train or a bus or walking, headphones on, I would watch anything comedy, stand-up comedy, Family Guy, South Park, whatever makes you laugh. I find comedy is a really good way to lift your mood and put you in a mood that you are less stressed. Music is one thing as well that helped me a lot, but for me the most key points is the mental rehearsal of the procedure the night before with exact steps, no room for error, just write every single step and write them down on a paper and have the paper next to you in the appointment so you can tick all the points. If you find this helpful, please share it and like it and share it with your friends. Comment below if you have any questions, and if you like my content, please make sure you subscribe so I can provide you with more content. Thank you very much.